Roman Reigns had kept his silence, a heavy quiet that lingered over the WWE Universe after the shocking close to last night's Raw. The masked figure, the one teased for weeks in backstage vignettes and dimly lit corridors, finally stepped into the ring's harsh light and unveiled himself. Austin Theory. The crowds didn't erupt with the kind of shock WWE wanted. Instead, it was split, some fans already piecing together the clues and leaks, others left underwhelmed by a surprise that social media had already spoiled. As Theory yanked off his hood, camera flashes strobed and fans shouted, but the moment hit different. The internet was ablaze within seconds, clips of the unmasking bouncing around X, Reddit, and wrestling forums. But the talk wasn't about Theory's big return. It was about what the company would do next. The creatives' move to have Theory as the masked man was met with amusement by some, frustration by others, and a lot of head-scratching about what it would mean for the next big show. The buzz was equal parts intrigue and disappointment, the excitement fading as fans realized the reveal didn't pack the emotional punch they'd hoped for. The tension, though, was real. Roman Reigns, never one to rush to social media or cut a promo just for noise, stayed silent as the show faded to black. That silence spoke volumes. The leader of the locker room wasn't going to tip his hand just yet, and so fans and analysts waited, hungry for any sign of what he might say. When Roman finally spoke, whether through a carefully worded social post, a short backstage interview, or a statement on a later show, every word became headline news. He didn't rage or act surprised. He played it cool, authoritative, the way a true champion sizes up a move he didn't see coming. Roman didn't bury Theory, didn't dismiss the stun outright, but set the tone that this would be handled directly, in the ring, not just with talk. He framed it as part of the ongoing struggle for control and respect, a chess move in a much larger game. His message, this isn't over, and consequences are coming. Roman's rare statements always shift the narrative. When he made it clear that Theory's reveal was a challenge to be answered, the story grew bigger. It wasn't just about a young guy making a splash, but about the whole balance of power, the way Heyman manipulates talent, the way factions rise and fall in WWE. Roman's words could legitimize Theory's emergence or tear it down, and his reaction would shape how the fans saw everything that followed. Now, the creative team has several ways they can run with this. They can use the momentum and push Theory as the next big thing, adding heat to Heyman's faction and letting Roman stand as the moral opposition, the champion defending order against chaos. They could make Theory the immediate target for Punk and Cody, letting those two chase him down for payback in a short, explosive feud, with Roman lurking as the enforcer promising real consequences for anyone who crosses the line. Or they could keep Roman's stance ambiguous, letting alliances shift, teasing betrayals and new partnerships, keeping everyone guessing about where the real power lies. Each path has its own risks. If Theory is pushed too quickly, fans might not buy in and the story falls flat. If the focus shifts too hard to revenge, it might feel like just another beatdown angle. If the allegiances get too tangled, it could confuse fans and make the story drag. To make Theory look like a real threat, the booking needs to give him big moments, interference that actually changes match outcomes, promos that show he's more than a pawn, and a few real wins to build momentum. If the plan is for him to pay for his interference, then it needs to be memorable, not just quick losses but real punishment, beatdowns that feel like retribution, moments that leave a mark. Roman's involvement could be physical, stepping into matches and confrontations, or he could stick to being the voice of reason, calling out the chaos without getting his hands dirty, at least not yet. Whatever Roman says must show up in the ring, the story told not just in words but in action. If he warns about consequences, then the fans need to see those consequences. WWE's creative team watches social media closely. The lukewarm reaction in the arena and the flood of hot takes online will push them to adjust quickly if they sense the story's not working. If people are tuning out, expect sharper promos, more impactful matches, and a quick shift in direction to grab fans' attention again. If the numbers show fans are getting interested in Theory's return, they'll double down. The moments that trend, short, sharp clips of the unmasking, Roman's first words, Punk's reaction, Heyman's smug smile, Theory costing a top star a match, will drive the story forward. For those watching, these viral moments are the real pulse of a show, the signal that something's working. To keep fans hooked, the promos have to be sharp and personal. Punk should call out Theory for hiding behind a mask and playing games. Cody should say Theory stole a moment the fans deserved. Roman should keep his words short but loaded, letting everyone know that actions have consequences. Heyman, always the master manipulator, will twist the story, painting Theory as the bold new face of the future, the guy who's shaking up the old order. The battle lines get drawn not just in matches but in words, and the tension between Roman's calm authority and Heyman's slick persuasion is what will keep fans invested. If you're enjoying the drama, hit subscribe to stay on top of every new twist. The Survivor Series is where these stories all come together. Theory's reveal gets woven into the bigger War Games narrative, making the factions more important than ever. Heyman's group gains a new, unpredictable member, and Roman's refusal to just accept the new lineup hints at a bigger fight to come. Survivor Series isn't just about individual matches anymore. It's about the fate of entire factions, about who commands respect and sets the rules. The risks of moving too fast are real. Theory could become a main event player too soon and lose the crowd, or the big reveal could get lost in the shuffle if it doesn't have real consequences. The fix is simple. Follow up quickly, make sure Theory's actions matter, and don't let the story drift off after a big moment. If Theory is punished, it has to mean something. If he rises, it has to feel earned. No more cliffhangers that don't pay off. Roman's approach throughout this has been deliberate. He doesn't jump into every feud or comment on every controversy. When he finally does, it's because the story matters. That's why his words about Theory landed so hard. He's not just reacting, he's setting the stage for what happens next. WWE has to match that energy. The booking needs to be tight, the matches must feel important, and every promo should push the story forward. Fans want to see real stakes, not just recycled drama. Theory's reveal, at its best, could kick off a new era for the heel faction, making them the dominant force leading into Survivor Series. Or it could set up Roman, Punk, and Cody as the resistance, fighting to restore order and respect. Or it could go somewhere entirely unexpected, with double crosses and shifting alliances keeping everyone guessing. The key is to keep moving, to never let the momentum sag. Every week should bring a new development, a reason to keep watching. The creative team needs to listen to the fans, adapt to what works, and never be afraid to shake things up if the story starts to stall. If you're here for all the backstage drama and want every twist as it happens, make sure you're subscribed. The next few weeks are crucial. Survivor Series will be the real test. Will Theory prove he belongs at the top? Will Roman reassert his dominance? Or will Heyman's crew take over for good? Will Punk and Cody get their revenge? Or does another masked figure wait in the wings? Every answer depends on what happens next. Every match, every promo, every backstage stare down. This isn't just about one unmasking. It's about who shapes the future of WWE, who sets the tone, who commands the respect of a locker room and the audience. The creative choices now will be remembered. If they nail it, this could be the start of a new chapter, one that fans will talk about for years. If they miss, it'll just be another forgotten storyline, another what could have been. Roman knows it, Heyman knows it, and now Theory's in the middle of it all. The silence is broken. Now every action counts.